Leslie here. A couple of weeks ago in the Walk Talks, I have been delving and diving deep into what is conscious parenting. Now, I was really confused about that, and I think a lot of people are. When I read that word, it was very enticing to me because, of course, I want to be conscious of my actions and conscious in my parenting. And, I'm a spiritual seeker, and it sounded so yummy, just like attachment parenting sounded so yummy to me. Meet all your kids' needs on demand. Oh my God, that was heaven for me, because that meant I didn't have to have any needs. I didn't have to ask myself, what were my needs, and then to put them out there, and then to maybe be rejected or abandoned. So it was really easy to make my daughter the location of the needy one and to take all the care of her needs. But I was attaching outside. I wasn't able to have a strong attachment inside that she could attach to. So I kind of did the same thing with conscious parenting when I first heard it. And I see this so often with people, like when people, I ask them, well, what do you think conscious parenting is? And it's kind of like connected with peaceful parenting and gentle parenting and positive parenting. And yeah, I'm not against any of those things, but they're in my esteem or in my opinion of doing it myself, they were always one-sided. So they were like trying so hard to be peaceful all the time. And therefore, when I was peaceful all the time, I had a kid that held out the other polarity. She was angry all the time, right? And so I started noticing that, conscious parenting is actually about consciousness, the conscious of what is going on inside of me. Not being conscious, looking conscious, which I thought would be peaceful all the time and kind and loving and never having a difficult feeling and all of these things that I put it up a little bit on a pedestal. And so, of course, I was just constantly beating myself up because I wasn't kind all the time. I wasn't nice all the time. I was actually kind of mean there. I was kind and mean. And so I realized when I got overly focused in trying to label myself and be something, I lost consciousness. I lost consciousness of what was actually happening inside. And then I wasn't able to offer kindness and welcome whatever arose in me. And let me tell you, like I said, lots of things arose that weren't so gentle, weren't so positive, weren't so peaceful. And of course, when I projected those out, because I was trying so hard and saw those in my daughter, then let me tell you, I was going after her because I was determined that she needed to be peaceful. She needed to be positive. She needed to be gentle. And it just turned into a big nightmare in my home. That's exactly what happened. When my daughter was 3 or 4, it was like a nightmare because I was working so hard. I had done so much spiritual work and therapy and inner child work. And, I had done so much. And there I was, just in the weeds. I didn't know what to do. I could not create this home where it was always peaceful, gentle, loving, kind. It just wasn't working. And I got lost and I got down on myself. I got depressed. I started hiding out in my house because here I was talking about being a conscious parent. And, my house was, like I say, it was crazy in there. It was like a nightmare. So if you relate to this in any way, take heart. Really take heart. I found my way through. I found my way to connect with true conscious parenting, which was to be conscious of what was happening inside of me. And then this is the coolest part. Once I began safe seeding, really getting clear on what was mine and what was on my daughter, what was my daughter's, then I started parenting consciously, supporting her in being conscious of what she was doing, not with a judgment, not having an idea of how it should be different, but supporting her as a reflection. I began reflecting back to her what I heard. I would ask her why she didn't like someone or what was difficult about a certain thing when she was complaining. So I became like that mirror and that reflector back so she could actually start working with, this is what I'm doing. I'm conscious of what I'm doing. I'm not judging what I'm doing. I'm not even trying to change it. I'm just conscious of how it makes me feel. I'm conscious of how I behave. I'm conscious of these things instead of just deciding that this is how it is and it's always like this. So that is the coolest part about doing this work. When you come back into your consciousness, you start to become conscious of your behavior, conscious of your feelings, conscious of your stories. And then as an adult, you start to have more of a choice about how you are, how you show up, how you choose to be with your children, and then what you offer them. As I say, that was the biggest piece for me, because I had this great desire for my daughter to know herself, not to know me, because let me tell you, she knows me, but to know herself and to bring consciousness to what happens inside, why it happens, when it happens, what she can do about it, where she can be empowered, what she can change, what she can't change. Those are the things that I really gave my daughter by consciously giving that to myself. All right, lovies, I hope you have a great week this week. Go on over to the Walk Talks, check them out. I'd love for you to come join me. As I say, those are my favorite offerings, because every day you're going to get a little bit of me talking to you, sharing with you, and deepening and supporting you in finding a way to be more and more conscious of your whatever it is, your actions, your reactions, becoming more conscious of your internal experience. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, lovies, have a great one. Thank you for listening to this episode of Parenting Paused. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and share it with your mama friends. You can also leave a review wherever you listen, which will support getting the Pure Joy message out. Come on over to the Pure Joy Parenting Practice Facebook page or join me on Instagram to hear more. And don't forget to download your free copy of the Safe Seat course on the Pure Joy website. And while there, check out the offerings page to go deeper in the Pure Joy work.